The NFL is full of stars at every position, receiving a ton of fan love, while other top talent players sit in the shadows without any recognition. This brings us to the Buffalo Bills, where Josh Allen has been absolutely dominating in his third season in the league. He and wide receiver Stefon Diggs have been an unstoppable tandem, but there is another receiver in Buffalo having a career year, Cole Beasley. First, I'd like to acknowledge that the majority of the people who watch our videos aren't subscribed to the channel. Help us out by subscribing and joining us on our way to 100K because it's coming fast, and you don't want to miss your opportunity to enlist in the J&D Army. Cole Dickinson Beasley was born on April 26, 1989 in Houston, Texas. Beasley attended Little Elm High School in Little Elm, Texas, where he was a stud on the football field, but not at wide receiver. Beasley was an option quarterback for the Lobos. Beasley was named co-district MVP after passing for 1,570 yards and 12 touchdowns, along with 1,184 rushing yards and 12 touchdowns. Coming out of high school, Beasley was considered a two-star recruit. He was ranked as the number 138 athlete in the class and committed to play college football at Southern Methodist University. Beasley converted over to wide receiver when he got to SMU, a decision that has surely worked out for him in the long run. As a freshman, he had the third most receptions on the team for 366 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had a similar role the following season, going for 493 yards and 3 touchdowns. Beasley finally broke out during his junior year with the Mustangs, recording the second most receptions in school history for 1,060 yards and 6 touchdowns. As a result, he was named second team All-CUSA. He returned for his senior year, going for 1,040 yards and 2 touchdowns. At the 2012 NFL Draft, nobody took a shot on Beasley. The reason for passing up on Beasley was simple. It's hard to convince a team to take a wide receiver that's 5'8", 180 pounds. After going undrafted, Beasley signed with the Dallas Cowboys. In training camp though, Beasley abruptly left due to personal reasons. He even considered retiring from professional football, but he changed his mind and went on to make the Cowboys' 53-man roster. As a rookie, Beasley had 128 yards in 10 games. Over the next 2 seasons, Beasley found some success catching passes from Tony Romo. He was able to establish himself as a solid option, going for 789 yards and 6 touchdowns over the 2-year span. Heading into the 2015 season, Dallas decided to lock up Beasley, signing him to a 4-year, $13.6 million deal. Not a crazy amount for an NFL player, but damn impressive for a guy that went undrafted. In 2016, Beasley had his best year in Dallas. He had 833 yards and 5 touchdowns. Overall, he caught 76.5% of his targets, second most in the league. In the same season that Amari Cooper was traded to the Cowboys, Beasley had a dip in production, recording 314 yards and 4 touchdowns. Beasley was able to rebound in 2018 though, with 672 yards and 3 touchdowns. After the season, Beasley's contract came to an end. He hit the free agent market and signed a 4-year, $29 million deal with the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo made the move to start building around its then second-year quarterback, Josh Allen. Beasley started in 10 games during his first year in Buffalo, more than he'd ever started in Dallas. He finished the season with 778 yards, the second most of his career, and 6 touchdowns, the most of his career. It was a good sign for Beasley, but he's built on it this year. Past Beasley, Buffalo has gone all in on building around Josh Allen. The day after Beasley signed with the Bills, it was announced that they had signed John Brown. Then the next offseason, the Bills made an even bigger splash, inking a deal with the Minnesota Vikings to acquire Stefon Diggs in a trade that fetched a first-round pick. Beasley has gone for over 100 yards 4 times this season, including a 130-yard touchdown performance against the San Francisco 49ers in Week 13. Already in 13 games, Beasley has the most yards in a season in his career, 838. For context, that means that statistically, Beasley has been a top 20 wide receiver this season, ahead of notable names like A.J. Brown, Julio Jones, Adam Thielen, Mike Evans, and Juju Smith-Schuster. That puts him on pace for 1,031 yards this year, his first 1,000-yard season of his career. Overall, Beasley has had 4 touchdowns on 71 receptions. So how has Beasley broken out this season? For starters, he has found a good role in Buffalo as its security blanket. A lot of teams like to use their slot receiver as a safety option in case the quarterback can't find another option. Look inside of the Bills division at the New England Patriots with Julian Edelman or the New York Jets with Jamison Crowder. Beasley has been the safety blanket for Josh Allen, catching what would be a career-high 80.3% of his targets. Additionally, Allen is having a stellar year this season, really putting the league on notice. His fantastic play has had a direct result on Beasley's numbers, and it's been evident. evident. As we see with most players we consider under the radar, Beasley is often overlooked by not just fans, but by defenses. Most NFL defenses are going to make sure they are containing Allen and Stefon Diggs, who has been one of the best receivers in the league this year. Cole Beasley has been long looked at as a third or fourth option on a team, but he has emerged as the number 2 option behind Stefon Diggs in Buffalo. The Bills were able to get Beasley on a nice contract after his time with the Dallas Cowboys. It clearly worked out perfectly. Beasley came in and has helped Buffalo build around star Josh Allen. With 2 years left on his contract with the Bills, things are looking up for Buffalo and Cole Beasley's career. Thanks for watching. If you love J&D Productions, check out J&D Hoops, where we recently uploaded our first video. Go subscribe and hit that notification bell, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter for more J&D. We read all of our DMs and love hearing what you have to say.